Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about one of the most powerful forces within us, the subconscious mind. It is the silent architect behind our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. While we may not always realize it, our subconscious mind shapes the reality we live in every single day. The subconscious mind is one of the most extraordinary forces within us, often working silently beneath the surface while influencing nearly every thought, decision, and action we take. It operates beyond our conscious awareness, processing vast amounts of information and guiding our behaviors automatically. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to sleep, our subconscious handles millions of functions, from breathing and heart rate to memory storage and emotional response. What makes it so powerful is that it doesn't question or judge. It simply acts upon the patterns, beliefs, and information it has absorbed over time. This means that every experience, word, or emotion we repeatedly expose ourselves to becomes a part of the subconscious programming that directs our lives. Throughout history, philosophers, scientists, and spiritual thinkers have emphasized the hidden potential of the subconscious mind. It is the storehouse of our habits, fears, and creativity, the place where dreams take shape before they become reality. When someone acts out of instinct, intuition, or inspiration, it's often their subconscious at work. Many breakthroughs, artistic masterpieces, and great inventions were born when individuals tapped into this deeper layer of the mind. The subconscious doesn't operate with logic like the conscious mind. Instead, it responds to emotion, imagination, and repetition. This is why visualization, affirmations, and belief systems hold such immense power. They are the tools that speak the language of the subconscious. Our subconscious mind influences not only how we think, but also how we perceive the world around us. If it is filled with doubt and fear, life seems full of obstacles and limitations. But when it's charged with positivity and self-belief, the same world appears full of possibilities and hope. It shapes our reactions, our confidence, and even our physical health. The body follows the mind. When the subconscious is calm and focused, our actions become aligned with success and well-being. Inversely, when it is cluttered with negativity or fear, we often self-sabotage, even when opportunities are right in front of us. Therefore, understanding this internal power is the first step toward mastering one's destiny. To truly harness the power of the subconscious, we must become aware of the thoughts we allow to settle within us. Every affirmation, every belief, and every emotional response acts as a message sent to this inner powerhouse. By training the subconscious through positive habits, visualization, and consistent mental focus, we can gradually transform our lives from within. The key lies not in controlling every external circumstance, but in mastering the internal dialogue that shapes them. Once we align our conscious intentions with the creative energy of the subconscious mind, we unlock the full potential of human achievement and inner peace. The subconscious mind functions much like a fertile garden. Whatever seed you plant within it will grow, whether it's a seed of positivity or negativity. Every thought, emotion, and belief we repeatedly focus on becomes nourishment for our subconscious. If we constantly think of failure, fear, or doubt, the subconscious begins to accept these as truths and influences our behavior accordingly. On the other hand, if we fill our minds with faith, confidence, and optimism, our subconscious supports and strengthens those qualities. It doesn't distinguish between what's real or imagined. It simply acts on the input it receives. That's why people who constantly visualize success and speak affirmatively often find themselves naturally drawn toward opportunities that align with those beliefs. The information we feed into our subconscious comes from many sources. Our environment, the people we interact with, the media we consume, and our own internal dialogue. Every word we say to ourselves becomes a command to the subconscious, shaping the foundation of how we think and act. For example, when someone repeatedly tells themselves, "I can't do this," their subconscious registers it as a limitation, creating invisible barriers that hold them back. But when they shift to "I can handle this," the subconscious begins searching for ways to make that belief a reality. This process is continuous and powerful, shaping not only our mindset, but also our behavior and circumstances over time. Understanding this relationship between thought and subconscious programming highlights the importance of mindfulness in everyday life. It's not enough to simply wish for a better future. We must consciously monitor what we feed our minds every day. Just as a healthy diet nourishes the body, healthy thoughts nourish the subconscious. When we focus on gratitude, courage, and possibility, our subconscious reflects that positivity in the way we interpret challenges and approach goals. This mental discipline transforms our perspective, allowing us to see setbacks as lessons and opportunities rather than defeats. Moreover, the subconscious thrives on repetition. The more frequently a thought or image is repeated, the deeper it embeds itself within. This is why affirmations, visualization, and consistent positive self-talk are so effective. Over time, these practices create new mental patterns, replacing the old negative ones that no longer serve us. By continuously feeding our subconscious with empowering messages, we train it to work in harmony with our desires rather than against them. The process may be gradual, but the results are profound. Because whatever we feed our mind, it eventually becomes. Our beliefs are the invisible blueprints that design our lives. They act as the foundation of our thoughts, choices, and behaviors, and they determine how we interpret every experience we encounter. The subconscious mind accepts these beliefs as unquestionable truths and then works tirelessly to make them real in our daily lives. If someone holds a deep-seated belief that they are not worthy of success, their subconscious will create situations and behaviors that align with that belief, often sabotaging opportunities that could have led to growth. On the other hand, when a person truly believes in their potential, the subconscious mind becomes a powerful ally, constantly guiding, motivating, and aligning circumstances to fulfill that belief. The origin of our beliefs often traces back to early life experiences, the environment we grew up in, and the messages we repeatedly heard from others. From childhood, our subconscious absorbs everything like a sponge, forming our perception of what is possible or impossible. Words spoken by parents, teachers, or peers, whether encouraging or discouraging, take root deep within and grow into lifelong convictions. These beliefs then act as filters through which we view the world. Two people can face the same challenge, yet respond in completely different ways simply because of the beliefs programmed into their subconscious minds. This is why self-awareness and mental reprogramming are essential. We must identify and challenge the limiting beliefs that hold us back. Beliefs also influence our emotional state and decision making. When we believe in abundance, we tend to see opportunities everywhere. When we believe in scarcity, we focus on obstacles and lack. The subconscious doesn't differentiate between beliefs that serve us and those that harm us. It only acts upon what has been conditioned to accept. This is why affirmations, visualization, and positive reinforcement are so powerful in changing one's destiny. They help overwrite the old mental scripts that no longer serve our purpose, replacing them with empowering convictions that open the door to success and fulfillment. Every belief, whether conscious or subconscious, becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, guiding our actions and shaping our outcomes in ways we may not even notice. To take charge of our destiny, we must first take charge of our beliefs. This means consciously planting empowering ideas such as, I am capable, I deserve success, or I attract positive outcomes into the subconscious mind. Repeating and visualizing these beliefs consistently helps them sink deeper into the subconscious, transforming doubt into determination and fear into faith. Once these new beliefs take root, they begin to alter our energy, confidence, and perception of life. Suddenly, opportunities that once seemed out of reach begin to appear, and we naturally move toward achieving them. The truth is simple yet profound. Change your beliefs and you change your destiny. Visualization and affirmation are two of the most powerful techniques for communicating with the subconscious mind. They are the languages through which we can directly influence our inner mental world and in turn shape our outer reality. When we visualize, we create vivid mental images of the life we desire. Success in our career, good health, happiness, or personal growth. And by doing so, we impress these images upon the subconscious. The mind cannot always distinguish between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. This means that consistent visualization gradually convinces the subconscious that the imagined scenario is already true, motivating us to act and think in ways that align with that vision. It becomes a bridge between our dreams and our physical reality. Affirmations, on the other hand, work through the power of repetition and emotion. They are positive statements that help rewire the subconscious mind by replacing limiting thoughts with empowering ones. When spoken or written repeatedly with belief and feeling, for example, I am confident, I attract abundance, or I am becoming the best version of myself. Affirmations start to overrate the negative scripts that have been holding us back. The key is consistency and conviction. The subconscious accepts what it hears most often, especially when it's charged with strong emotion. Over time, affirmations influence not only how we think, but also how we feel, leading us to naturally act in alignment with the positive beliefs we've planted. Visualization and affirmations also serve as a defense mechanism against doubt and fear. In moments of stress or uncertainty, they help redirect our focus towards strength and clarity rather than anxiety or hesitation. By consistently visualizing success and affirming positive beliefs, we train the mind to look beyond obstacles and stay connected to the desired outcome. Athletes, entrepreneurs, and artists around the world use these techniques to prepare their minds for excellence. Before a race, a speech, or an important decision, they imagine themselves succeeding, feeling the emotions, seeing the results, and living the moment in their minds. This mental rehearsal activates the same neural pathways as real experience, making success feel familiar and achievable. The combined use of visualization and affirmation transforms not only our mental patterns but also our energy and behavior. When the subconscious is filled with images of success and words of empowerment, it begins to attract circumstances that match those vibrations. We start noticing opportunities, people, and ideas that align with our goals. Confidence grows, hesitation fades, and we move forward with a sense of purpose and belief. The subconscious acts like a magnet, pulling toward us what we repeatedly focus on with intensity and emotion. Thus, by mastering the use of visualization and affirmations, we can reprogram our inner world to support our highest potential and align our actions with the life we truly desire. The subconscious mind is a tireless worker. It never rests or takes a break. Even when the conscious mind is asleep, distracted, or inactive, the subconscious continues to process information, store memories, and influence emotions. It is constantly at work, shaping our beliefs, guiding our decisions, and managing countless bodily functions without our awareness. From regulating our heartbeat to recalling a forgotten detail at just the right moment, the subconscious operates like a silent engine running beneath the surface of our consciousness. What makes this especially powerful is that it acts upon whatever thoughts or emotions dominate our mind most frequently. Whether those thoughts are positive or negative, the subconscious works day and night to turn them into reality. During sleep, the subconscious becomes even more active, sorting through experiences and emotions from the day, solidifying habits, and processing unresolved feelings. This is why dreams often reflect our deepest concerns, hopes, and fears. The mind doesn't stop simply because our body is at rest. Instead, it continues shaping our mental landscape and preparing us for the next day. Many creative people, writers, inventors, scientists, have awakened from dreams or quiet moments with solutions or insights that seem to appear out of nowhere. That aha moment is often the result of the subconscious working quietly in the background, connecting pieces of information the conscious mind overlooked. This constant activity shows just how powerful and intelligent the subconscious truly is. The continuous nature of the subconscious also means that it is always listening to our self-talk, to our emotions, and to the messages we receive from the world around us. Every statement we make about ourselves, whether spoken aloud or thought internally, becomes a command to the subconscious. If we say, I can't do this, or I'm unlucky, the subconscious accepts that as fact and begins to act in accordance with it. But if we replace those thoughts with, I am capable, or good things are happening to me, the subconscious aligns our actions and perceptions to reflect that reality. This is why mindfulness and positive reinforcement are essential, because the subconscious never stops listening. We must be intentional about the mental environment we create for it. The unending operation of the subconscious mind also explains why consistent practice and repetition are so effective. Whether it's learning a new skill, building a healthy habit, or breaking an old one, the subconscious needs time and repetition to accept new patterns as truth. When we repeat a behavior or thought long enough, it becomes automatic. No conscious effort required. That is the subconscious at work, embedding new programs into our mental framework. By understanding that it is always awake and active, we gain the ability to influence it continuously through our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. This realization empowers us to consciously plant ideas that the subconscious can nurture every hour of every day, turning quiet persistence into lasting transformation. The subconscious mind cannot hold two conflicting beliefs at the same time. It either leans toward empowerment or sinks into negativity. Therefore, one of the most important steps in personal transformation is to consciously replace negative thoughts, emotions, and beliefs with empowering ones. Every negative belief we hold, such as, I'm not good enough, I can't change, or I'll never succeed, acts as a mental chain that limits our potential. The subconscious doesn't question whether those statements are true or false. It simply accepts them and turns them into patterns of behavior. Over time, these negative programs become habits that govern our reactions, confidence, and outlook on life. To move forward, we must identify these hidden patterns and deliberately replace them with empowering affirmations and constructive thinking that support growth and self-belief. Negativity often finds its way into our subconscious through repetition and emotional reinforcement. Every time we dwell on fear, jealousy, or self-doubt, we strengthen those emotional circuits in the brain. The more we think about something, the more real it becomes to our subconscious. That's why breaking free from negativity isn't about suppressing emotions, but about redirecting focus. When we consciously choose to see challenges as lessons rather than failures, or criticism as an opportunity to grow rather than a reason to shrink, we begin to rewire the subconscious toward empowerment. The process may take time and consistency, but each small mental shift builds resilience, confidence, and emotional balance. In this way, the subconscious slowly learns that strength and possibility, not fear and limitation, are the natural state of being. Replacing negativity with empowerment also involves changing the environment that feeds the subconscious mind. The company we keep, the media we consume, and the conversations we engage in all leave impressions on our inner world. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences, people who uplift us, books that inspire us, and environments that encourage growth helps reinforce empowering beliefs. Similarly, practicing gratitude and mindfulness transforms the mental atmosphere we live in. When we start noticing the good around us, even in small moments, the subconscious begins to interpret life through a brighter lens. This shift in perspective doesn't just improve mood, it attracts more positivity, creativity, and motivation. Empowerment, therefore, is not a single act, but a daily discipline that shapes the subconscious into a source of strength and clarity. The journey of replacing negativity with empowerment requires self-awareness, patience, and forgiveness. Many of our limiting beliefs have been with us for years, deeply embedded through past experiences and emotional wounds. Recognizing them without judgment is the first step toward healing. When we forgive ourselves for past mistakes and replace harsh self-talk with compassion, we signal to the subconscious that we are worthy of peace and progress. With consistent practice, through affirmations, visualization, journaling, or meditation, the subconscious begins to align with this new narrative. It starts to reflect empowerment in our decisions, relationships, and goals. The more we nurture empowering thoughts, the more they grow until they become our new default state of mind, guiding us toward a life rooted in confidence and purpose. The reality we experience on the outside is often a direct reflection of what is happening within us. Our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs create the lens through which we interpret life. When the subconscious mind is filled with fear, doubt, and negativity, the world seems hostile, opportunities appear scarce, and every challenge feels overwhelming. However, when the subconscious is programmed with positivity, gratitude, and self-belief, life begins to look entirely different. We start to notice new possibilities, meet supportive people, and attract situations that align with our goals. This isn't coincidence. It's the subconscious projecting our inner state onto the outer world. What we believe internally determines how we perceive reality, and perception is the foundation of experience. The connection between the inner and outer world becomes clearer when we realize that our mindset influences not only how we think but also how we behave. For example, someone who believes they are capable and deserving of success will act confidently, make bold decisions, and persist even in difficult times. These actions naturally lead to better results, reinforcing the positive belief within. Conversely, someone who feels unworthy or defeated will hesitate, avoid opportunities, and unintentionally confirm their limiting beliefs. This cycle continues until we consciously change the internal programming. In essence, the world doesn't simply happen to us, it responds to who we are being inside. When we focus on cultivating peace, strength, and purpose within, our outer circumstances begin to shift in harmony with those inner changes. So the subconscious plays a crucial role in this reflection process because it filters our experiences to match our internal beliefs. Two people can face the same situation yet interpret it completely differently based on their inner conditioning. A person with a positive mindset may see a setback as a learning experience, while someone filled with fear may see it as proof of failure. The difference isn't in the event itself, but in the subconscious interpretation of it. This is why true transformation always begins within. Changing external conditions without changing internal thoughts only brings temporary results. The moment we align our subconscious with empowering beliefs, the outer world begins to mirror that transformation. Opportunities arise, relationships improve, and life feels more balanced and meaningful. To shape a fulfilling outer reality, we must nurture the inner one with care and intention. This means feeding the subconscious mind with thoughts of abundance, love, peace, and confidence. Practices such as meditation, affirmations, and gratitude help cleanse the mind of negativity and create harmony within. When our inner world becomes calm, confident, and hopeful, that same energy radiates outward, influencing everything we touch. People respond differently to us, challenges seem smaller, and success feels more natural. The truth is timeless and universal. What we hold in our hearts and minds eventually manifests in the world around us. By mastering the inner landscape, we gain the power to create a life that reflects our highest vision and deepest joy. The power of the subconscious mind is a gift that every human being possesses, yet few truly understand or harness. It is the quiet force that can either limit us through fear or elevate us through faith. By learning to guide it consciously, through positive beliefs, affirmations, visualization, and emotional awareness, we gain control over the direction of our lives. Every thought we think and every image we hold in our minds is a seed planted in the soil of the subconscious, growing quietly until it bears fruit in our reality. The journey to mastering the subconscious mind begins with awareness. The more we observe our inner dialogue and replace negativity with empowerment, the more aligned we become with our true potential. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with consistency, faith, and patience, the subconscious begins to respond. reshaping our habits, attitudes, and results. It is in this process that we discover that success, peace, and happiness are not found outside of us, they are cultivated within. When we finally understand that the mind is the master architect of our destiny, we no longer feel like victims of circumstance. We become creators of our own experience. The subconscious mind is always listening, always creating, and always responding to our dominant thoughts. Therefore, let us feed it with love, gratitude, and purpose so that it may build a life that reflects our highest vision. Ultimately, the key to transforming our lives lies not in changing the outer world, but in transforming the inner world. When the subconscious is aligned with clarity, confidence, and belief, the external world becomes a mirror of success and fulfillment. The moment we begin to think better, we begin to live better. Because everything we experience starts first in the mind.